Welcome, Thunderbird Nation, to the Thunderbird Coaches Show. I'm your host, Jon Smith. With us today is head football coach DeLane Fitzgerald and our Visit Cedar City and Bryan Head student spotlight, Cody Coleman, VIP.
Nice to be here.
Yeah,
nice
man.
To be here.
Thanks for being here, Coach. What's happening?
Cody's been a VIP the last 2 weeks.
Yes, he has.
Turning it on, coming on.
Yeah, we'll talk about that here a little later in the show. We'll spotlight you and what you've been doing on and off the field. Coach, man, I woke up this morning, I took my dogs out, and I looked up in this beautiful mountains surrounding the area, and we had snow up on the top of the mountains, man.
Although you're telling the truth, it hurts recruiting.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Just a dusting, just like a little powdered sugar on a donut, to just make it nice. It wasn't crazy.
Central Arkansas's head coach, Nathan Brown, good guy, good coach.
Yeah, good guy.
He looked at me strange when I told him that it started snowing here on October 1st.
Yeah.
We're standing on the field talking pregame. It's September 30th, and he goes, "When's it start here?" And I went, "Tomorrow." And I got a strange look, and then sure enough, we're right.
Yeah, that's crazy. Look, fall's here, crisp outside, kind of puts us about halfway through the season. I can't believe it's going that fast. We got 5 games under our belt. Man, Central Arkansas came in here Saturday night, an absolute wild one. Let's recap the contest with the Bears of Central Arkansas.
Central Arkansas has a lot of cats. Very good players running around. Their coaching staff has recruited a lot of good cats on offense, defense, special teams. John, in the coaching world, it's called a cat call. And what happens is the offense and defensive coordinator and special teams coordinator, they just get to make a cat call because their cat is better than the 11 cats on the other side of the field. And love to be their offensive coordinator. I think very highly of their coaching staff and what they've done. I'd love to be their offensive coordinator because he makes a cat call where they snap the ball to the quarterback and he hands it to the cat playing running back, and he's just better than the 11 cats that he's playing against. And it's really, really successful for them.
Oh, my gosh. I'm trying to figure out here, is there a bet how many cats we can work into the the program today? Man, I don't know if for all of you out listening that are wondering, there was an incident last week where we called them the Cats, and we were promptly made into a meme that got 100,000 views on Twitter. Shout out to their media. They did a good job. They were nice about it, but yeah.
The football game.
Yes, let's get to that.
But you're playing against the most athletically talented team in our conference. That they've done a good job of recruiting players, and I've said that several times. They got good football players, long, twitchy, physical young men that like to play football and play really, really hard. We matched them for 3 hours the other night. Actually outplayed them for the last 15 minutes of the football game. But we, John, and not in this order, but we missed field goal in the football game, and we missed a field goal from the exact same spot where we practice field goals from every day for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
a little bit unbelievable for us. And anyway, that happened. We dropped a touchdown pass in the end zone, and then we ran a wheel route, and had our slot receiver wide open in the end zone and overthrew him. Those are 3 out of about 6 or 7 plays that changed the course of that football game, changed the trajectory of that football game for us and our players. And just frankly, John, if we're going to be successful, we got to make kicks. We've got to catch the touchdown pass. You've got to hit the touchdown pass when the guy's wide open.
Yeah.
And then more so than that is we've got to get something out of special teams now. We've got to get something. Our special teams, the best we've done this year has been a draw on special teams, because even though the block punt and the return punt against Arizona State just kind of made it even, Steven, because they had beaten us on every other special teams rep. Well, we've got to get more out of teams, and then our offense has got to start a little faster. If we're able to do those things, we're going to be fine moving forward. But not doing those things kind of sealed our fate on Saturday night.
Yeah, another kind of slow start. I don't even know if it was so much a slow start from us, but man, they came out and you could see the athleticism. You could see at certain positions, not at all positions, but at certain positions, like you said, the length, the twitchiness. They had some guys, and they had some impressive football players on their side. We have some impressive players on our side. But at the very first, I think they probably realized they needed to get off to a quick start because of the elevation, et cetera. And I think it was 10-0, 10-3, pretty quick.
10-0 after the first quarter.
Yeah, after the first quarter. Cody, as a player, you see how they line up. You see their very talented running back. I'm sure he was a focus of the defense. What did you see out there from your perspective from corner?
I was excited.
Yeah.
From the get-go, because I know that they're a top-ranked team, top 25. They're playing against SEC teams. They played against Ole Miss last year, played Oklahoma State this year. So I know the caliber of players I'm about to go up against.
Sure.
So I was, really excited. I knew of the running back, but I also knew of the receivers. Running back's obviously able to make people miss. First guy practically never gets there.
Unbelievable.
So we had a huge emphasis on slowing him down.
Offensive line has some players.
Yeah.
They're left guards, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
The receivers, fast. Some of them couldn't really get out their breaks, but I had to reach into my toolbox in order to solve this problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
I beat a couple of times, but I was able to come back and
sure. Do that. They had a tight end that looked like he ate good. Number 89. That was a big kid. Decent mobility on him. He did end up, I think, with a key hold in the end to keep us in it. So we're glad that he did that. But
the big, good-looking tight end, and he's an NFL prospect.
Yeah, for sure.
Not as good a player as the 6'2", 240 tight end, but boy, he looks better than the 6'2", 240 player.
He looked really good out there. Talk to us about the penalties. So the story of the first half was Central Arkansas's penalty. I mean, they had more penalty yards than we had offensive yards for the first 1.5, 2 quarters. Was that the pressure that you put on them? Was that just maybe the height of the game? Tell us why a team would go for over 100 penalty yards in a half.
We've done it once or twice.
Okay.
in our 2 years here, we've done it once or twice. So I don't how do you say this? I don't hold it against anybody when they do it for us.
Sure.
What it amounts to, John, you never know how an officiating crew is going to call things, and you don't know what they're going to call. We turned in six plays to the Officials Association yesterday morning when we got in here and got to work that were very, very questionable. That there was a situation, John, on punt return where our player got called for holding, gave them the football back. It was their player. Their player actually held our kid, and the official lost his equilibrium. How you say it? He lost his sense of direction and called it on the wrong team.
Right.
Got an apology from the head of officials for that one. But you never know. Yeah. Hey, two football programs and 2 coaching staffs that emphasize physicality and emphasize playing really, really hard. And when young men are out there being physical and playing really, really hard, you're going to get some penalty yards. It just happened that Central Arkansas got more than we did on Saturday night, but there's been a couple times this year where we got more than our opponent.
Side of it. Yeah. I did notice a dead ball foul that they called without blowing a whistle. How is it a dead ball if the whistle never gets blown? I don't understand that.
What's funny is in our association,
3 points. We lost by 2.
In our association, he's one of my favorite officials. Like good dude, but he said without saying his name, he goes I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
He goes, I reached for my whistle and couldn't find it. And I went, okay, all right.
It's hard to teach a guy to blow to play till the whistle, and then if you don't find your whistle, you throw a flag. That's tough. It's tough to swallow.
He didn't throw the flag when the other official official throws the flag. He can't pull his flag back.
Yeah, you can't pull it back. You're exactly right. Well, look, I thought we did a good job. We held their running backs. I mean, they had a couple of it. They had a big number 4 was a big guy, big back, little change up from their little. Would you call it a scat back? I mean, he's twitchy. He's all over the place.
Scat back is not built like a running back. Doesn't look like one. And
but
plays like. Hey,
boy, he can go.
Yeah, for those of y'all that haven't seen Cedar Powell play, he's very Barry Sanders-ish.
Yes, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
They hand him the football, and Cat goes and makes plays.
Yeah, the Cat's like really good.
Cedar is a transfer. Their number 4 was the starter from last year.
Okay, yeah,
so,
Darius Hale.
Yeah, Pat Powell transfers in from another university, and 4 lost his starting position.
I see.
John, let's move on and talk about something different.
Yeah, okay. Well, that answers my next question. If you had anything else when you wanted to say about
absolutely not
about the game. All right. Well, We do want to, at this point, kind of. I will just say this: we'll move on. But there was a crazy situation.
You're having a hard time moving on.
I know, but I need to tell the people that weren't there about the lightning delay. It's the second one of the year. I don't think I've gone 12 years watching football, the Thunderbirds especially, and never seen a college football delayed like that. And here we go again. But I will say we came out of that and dusted them in the fourth quarter. So maybe we should just get a first quarter lightning delay so we can get started a little quicker. Anyway, a good place to go during a delay. Just head over to the Warehouse Bar Plus Kitchen. Get you a beverage. You got an hour to kill. Run over to get some wings, get some sliders. Just enjoy an inviting and friendly atmosphere over the Warehouse Bar Plus Kitchen. And then head back to the game and catch the T-Birds reeling off a really nice fourth quarter. Let's move on. Like you said, I'll take instruction. We'll move on. We won't talk about UCA. We'll put that to bed. The Visit Cedar City and Bryan Head Student Spotlight is Cody Coleman. My guy, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for being here.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, look, you're sitting in that chair today because you've been absolutely balling. And we're going to highlight a few things that you're doing on the field, and then we'll move to life off the field. Coach, tell us about Cody Coleman and especially the last few games, how important he's been for the Thunderbird defense.
Yeah, our coaching staff got here. We've been here now 21 months, so we're in the middle of our second season here. But our first spring here, we were deprived at the DB position and knew we needed to upgrade and bring in some defensive backs that shared our philosophy of physicality and playing hard and doing the right thing on and off the field. And we were able to find Cody at a junior college in California and get him up here. And Cody was a good player for us last year, played in 4, 5, 6 games, was our starting nickel against Sam Houston. We beat Sam Houston at their place last year and did a really good job. So we knew we had a good player coming into this fall. Started out a little slow this fall. Started out a little slow in the first couple of games, and although he was playing okay, he wasn't playing great. And then last week against Western Illinois really caught fire and had a big day there and followed that game up with another big game on Saturday night. And just he was the right decision for our coaching staff 20 months ago to bring him in here, and we're really happy that we've got him playing for us.
Man, that's awesome. Cody, Coach said you're a JUCO product, not project.
Yes, sir.
It's both.
We're all a project.
Hey, both those words fit.
Yeah. Look, how different is this step up, like from JUCO up to the D1 level in football?
From the skill position, it wasn't that much of a difference.
Okay.
Because in Cali, I played at Cerritos, so that whole conference has a bunch of bounce backs from Division I, Power Fives, Oregon.
They still got the speed and the size and got it.
Yeah. So people were able to get in and out their breaks, get on your toes quick, block you. You know what I mean? Like one of the running backs we played against at Oklahoma now. One of the DBs we played against is at TCU. My whole secondary went D1.
What is the difference going from that level of football up to Southern Utah? I mean, is it a classroom school thing? Is it a preparation thing? Like, if we had some JUCO guys, right, that are thinking, hey, I want to go play at Southern Utah, what would you tell them to prepare them to get here?
Keep that mindset. Keep that JUCO mindset. Really, like, keep grinding.
Yeah.
My mindset in JUCO is if I don't make anything happen, I'm gonna be working 8 to 5. So that was my real big motivation. I'm like taking the bus to get to practice. 3.5-hour trip.
Dang.
To get to and from, you know what I mean? I'm like really grinding.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to make this my lifestyle and just taking the steps needed to fulfill that.
Take the steps needed. See the direction you want to go and take the steps needed. I like that. Excuse me. So what year are you now in school?
I'm a senior.
Senior this year. And let's talk a little bit about off-the-field kind of stuff. What's your major? What are you studying here at Southern Utah?
I'm a criminal justice major, but emphasis in general studies.
General studies, little criminal justice going. What do you plan on doing with that degree after school?
I was thinking about FBI just because I like all the detective work.
Yeah.
It's fun. But just the criminal justice major is just such a broad topic.
Sure.
that you could just like pick and choose.
Yeah, you can be in law enforcement. You can go, go into law school. You can do a bunch of stuff from the criminal justice side.
There's so many avenues to pick and choose. Like,
cool. Look, hobbies and interests. What are you into? Well, I mean, the people want to know.
I'm a hooper at heart.
Oh.
I'm a hooper at heart.
Look, I saw your Instagram. I saw that dunk. I mean, it did hit a little inside rim, but it was nice. Yeah, you're a hooper.
Don't jump with me.
Yeah, don't jump with me. You're a hooper at heart. You obviously like to work out and keep your body in tip-top shape. What else? What are things that you like to do other than hooping that maybe our audience can relate to?
I really like spending time with my friends. I'm very
social.
I'm very social, very in-person type of person. I'm not.
Yeah.
On the phone, I'm cool, but like I'm very much so in person. I like
interaction directly.
I like making connections, interacting with people.
Like it.
All that type of stuff.
All right. Look, Cedar City has been your home for the last 20 months, like Coach said. What do you like about Cedar City?
I like the views out here.
Yeah.
It's like a huge change from Cali. Like I'm used to like that concrete jungle. Out here it's like really different. Like my mom came out here this past weekend. She was telling me like it's just so quiet out here. Like it's different. Like you don't hear the freeway. Like you don't hear sirens all the time.
Right.
It's just a different lifestyle. And I've been able to enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie. And then also like I'm from LA, so like we don't have any type of snow. So I'm not a huge fan of the snow, but it's cool to watch it come down. Except when we have to practice in it, like 3 feet.
You'd rather ski in it up at Bryan Head than
I'd rather try to do that.
Practice in it down at Eccles Coliseum.
Yeah, I still haven't tried to ski or snowboard yet.
I've
seen.
Hey, there's always
a little
something
dangerous, but
well, maybe after the season.
Yeah,
we want to make sure this is off-season work. Yeah, but man, that's awesome. Man, anything else you wanna tell the people about Cody Coleman? You got your chance. You got the microphone, man. Mm-hmm. What? Any shout-outs maybe that you want to give?
Oh, shout out to my family for coming out. Especially all my little brothers got to come out. I have 4 younger brothers. So
that's cool.
Everyone got to come out today. And my little brother plays at San Jose State, so they had a bye week this past week. So
perfect.
Yeah, he was able to make the travel out to Cedar City.
Yeah.
Watch Big Bro play. So
that's
I was
awesome.
happy I was able to put on for the fam.
Yeah, you did for sure. So the last 2 games, you've had an interception in each game. You had a sack. You had a TFL, 2 TFLs. The stats are a little foggy there, but I say you have 2 TFLs. I don't know what the stats say. You just been balling, man. Keep it up.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, keep it up.
Most definitely.
Definitely. And keep that room. The corners and the safeties. Keep them going. We need them. We got a bunch of football to play. We got 6 games left, and they're all important. Regardless of the 1-4 record right now. We played some crazy teams. I like to say that we gave them all they wanted. Now we just got to figure out how to get over the top. So make sure your guys. A little message from Jon Smith. Like, don't quit. Keep it going. They're right there. We just need that extra little learning how to win, like Coach talks about. Learning how to succeed. We're so close. We just got to push them over the edge.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
Appreciate your leadership. Thanks for coming. This is Cody Coleman. Our visit Cedar City and Bryan Head Student Spotlight. Coach, got Tarleton State Texans up next. Stevensville. I used to live in Dallas, so Stevensville is a couple hours south of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Let's do a little preview.
You sure they're Texans?
I looked it up, man. I've learned my lesson.
We got that figured out?
Yeah, they're not one of them cats. They are the Texans.
I'm sure they have a couple cats running around.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Watching the film, they've got a couple cats on each side of the football.
There's no doubt. No,
I would think in Texas school, there's no better mascot than the Texans.
Perfect.
Yeah, people from Texas love to tell you they're Texans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think there would be no better mascot than that one, and they were the Texans before Houston were the Texans.
That's right.
So they're the original Texans. Todd Whitten coaches at Tarleton State, and I'll bounce around here a little bit. Not a better person, not a more classic guy in this profession than Todd Whitten, and he was there for 6 or 8 years and left and went to Sam Houston. Sam Houston left and went to Stephen F. Austin, I do believe, and coached there for a handful of years and then went back. This past weekend was able to win his 100th game as the head coach at Tarleton State.
Impressive.
Not counting the other places he's been, but anyway, just a class act. John, we'll take the charter down on Friday afternoon and land in Dallas-Fort Worth. Jump on 3 Trailways buses and make the hour-and-a-half trip into Stevensville. Got pregame walk. We've got our Friday walkthrough and meetings and film and all that to get done. We'll have our Friday meal together, sit down and break bread together, and then probably have another meeting before lights are out on Friday evening. Go to bed, get a good night's sleep, and get up and play the next day. I think we kick off 6 p.m. Texas time, which that is 7 p.m. for us. So we're kicking off at 6 p.m. Going to play really hard for 3 hours and let the cards fall where they may and come back. Any specifics you want to know?
Yeah, just kind of like style, maybe some player spotlights for the fans to key on as they're watching on ESPN Plus feed.
They run Todd Witten's, they run Coach Witten's offense and the same principles that he's done for 10 or 15 years. This is the first year of him not calling it and have an offensive coordinator who is a Mike Leach disciple. And I forget the gentleman's name, but he has his entire career has been with Todd Witten or with Mike Leach or with Hal Mumme. So he's an air raid guy.
So they play tempo.
Yeah.
They try to throw it around a lot. No huddle.
They're no huddle and change tempos, and if they get it going, they'll speed it up on you a little bit. But I'll bet their offensive coordinator can probably teach you mesh, which the mesh offense, he can teach you the mesh passing routes probably 25 different ways, just like Coach Leach did. And those of y'all don't know, I'm a huge Mike Leach fan. But yeah, on
R.I.P.
They flip over, exactly right, exactly one of the greats.
Yeah.
They flip over on defense, and Tyrone Nix is the defensive coordinator, and Coach Nix was him and his brother Derek Nix. They were big names in the Southeast in football for a long time, and still are. But Tyrone Nix was a defensive coordinator. I'm gonna get some of them wrong, but he was at South Carolina for a while. He was at Ole Miss for a while, Mississippi State, Virginia Tech, University of Texas San Antonio, and I'm leaving out Southern Miss. Southern Miss was the first time I ever heard the name when they used to play on Thursday nights. But Tyrone Nix is a great defensive coordinator, and this is his second season as DC there. But the head coach and the coordinators and the coaching staff there are doing a really nice job. They're 4-1. They're 4-1 with a loss to Texas Tech. You can't be much better than that on the season right now.
Right. They were in that game for a while with Texas Tech.
They were for 4 minute. But good football, good coaching staff, good football players that they execute. They execute really, really well. I like college football in the fact that different offenses, different defense. Well, they're a different offense from what we've seen the first 5 weeks, and then defensively, they're very different from what we've seen the first 5 weeks of the season.
Interesting. So with that air raid type offense, are we going to have some unique opportunities in the pass rush game where they're just going to hold on and throw the ball a lot, or is it out within 3 seconds? I mean, how is that? How does it give us a unique advantage, or at least on tape? How do we match up against the air raid?
Yeah, not necessarily an air raid offense. It just has some air raid principles.
Okay.
And their players and coaches can get to that. Everybody knows that they took the starting quarterback from Utah Tech from last year, so they took him, and he's their starting quarterback.
Gabalis, is that?
Gabalis, yeah, one of those. Yeah. One of those, but a young man played well against us last year, and now he's playing down there. I have real issues with kids transferring in conference. I think it's anyway.
It's tough.
Yeah, that's a tough deal. I think if a young man's unhappy, he ought to be able to transfer, but you ought not be able to transfer and play your old team first year. Yeah, I'll not be able to do that one. Anyhow, back to the point, he throws the ball well. He's a good football player, good quarterback. That they have offensive linemen. They have 2 of the best receivers in this conference. Preseason, first team all-conference. The young man made some All-American publications at wide receiver. Their tailbacks can really go get it. They flip over on the defensive side of the ball and a lot of transfers, a lot of FBS transfers. And there's a kid from Mississippi State, and there's a kid from Hawaii, and there's a kid from this place and that place, and the starting nose guards from Washington State, and he's a dude. But a lot of transfers running around making plays, FBS drop downs.
Got it. Cody, as you've been watching tape of Tarleton, what do you see from the corner position that looks interesting to you? What have you seen that's remarkable?
The amount of RPO.
Okay.
There's a route almost every play. So I'm excited. I'm just going to get the route concept, get the route breakdowns.
Keep your head on a swivel.
Be ready.
Be ready every time.
Jump a route.
Time. Yeah.
Get another pick.
Hey, that would be, as Coach would say, a streak. That would be 3 games in a row.
3 in a row. That's what they call 3 in a row streak. Let's go.
Turkey.
Let's go streaking.
Let's go streaking.
Let's go streaking.
Oh man. Look, Tarleton State's up this weekend. Thunderbird fans. After Tarleton State, we have a bye week, I believe. So this is your chance to get your SEU football in for the weekend. Then we're gonna have a little break and then headed back home against Austin P after that. But Cody, any final words? Thanks for coming on the show. We appreciate you being here.
Appreciate it.
Anything you want to tell Thunderbird Nation?
We're excited to play this weekend.
Yeah.
As we are every weekend.
Yeah.
Lightning delay, snow, rain, sleet. It could be 105 degrees. We're going to come ready to play.
Come what may, we coming
Yes,
at
sir.
you. Got it. Coach, any final words?
Yeah, ducktailing on what Cody just said, our players really like football and like playing hard. We've got to execute a little better and play a little better, but it's a special group to be around. Special group to be around, and what's been it was a tough September. That's that all Counting Crows song. It's been a long December.
Yeah.
They just changed it in month. So it was a long September, but a lot of fun for these guys to be around. John, what the people out there need to understand is we line up and we're playing really, really well.
Yeah.
Freshman defensive end. Our 2 linebackers that started Saturday night, true freshman Mason Stromstead, sophomore Connor Cullimore. We turn around our leading tacklers, Trey Gola-Collard, sophomore safety. All those young men coming back, the future's really, really bright. We flip over on offense and sophomore tailback, and we're starting a freshman tight end. Played a freshman wide receiver on Saturday night, just playing some young players that are going to be special going forward. I smile. I smile because they're a lot of fun. That lightning delay happened Saturday night, and we're down 12, and we're sitting in the locker room, and that they handle their business like champions. And we know after a 40-minute lightning delay, we're going to go out and play really, really well. So, hey, good group. Proud to be their head coach.
Yeah, awesome. One final note. We were talking about the future of SU. Let's just for a second recognize the past. This Friday, you had an opportunity to induct Mr. Brad Sorensen into the SU Hall of Fame. Talk to us a little bit about just the legacy of football here at SU and how that plays into the future of football here.
Yeah, started playing football here in 1936 as a junior college, and I'm going to get some years wrong. I'll get some years off, but 1936 and played as a 2-year school for a long time. Went NAIA in the 50s and 60s and played NAIA football for a decade or two, and then moved on to NCAA Division II for a decade or two. In 1991 or 93, and I think it's 93. In 1993, it is 93. That they went to NCAA Division I. The university moved to NCAA Division I as enrollment continued to increase here. After that, and it gets into the years. It had some lean years there for a while. John didn't win for a while, and then Coach Ed Lamb was able to come in here about a decade ago, 12 years ago, and start the building process. One of the keys to that building process was signing a young man named Brad Sorensen, and I had the honor of inducting Brad into the SUU Hall of Fame on Friday night, and it was a special moment for me, and I didn't have anything to do with it. But probably my favorite part of it was got to meet Brad this weekend for the first time, got to meet his wife, Nikki, who's great, got to meet his mom, and then they've got a 1-week-old. So and I forget the young man's name, but got to see him, beautiful baby, but Brad Sorensen's humility, because if you go by what he did and what he accomplished throwing the football here, it's head and shoulders above everybody else, and just how humble a gentleman he was, and in his bio and all that, and what him and his wife wanted to come across more than anything is he loved football, but he loves his family a whole lot more than he loved football, and it was really cool.
Yeah, man. Thanks for that spotlight. Brad Sorensen, great guy, phenomenal family man. Brother played in the league. He played in the league. Great genes in that family, I guess.
2013, 10 years ago, he became SUU's first ever NFL draft pick.
That's right. I was sitting at the spring game in the stands. They announced it over the I got chills. It was awesome to see someone from SEU get recognized by the elite league in the whole world and get drafted. It was a special moment for SUU football. So shout out Brad Sorensen, Hall of Fame inductee. Coach, excuse me. I've got one last thing I need to say about the support of the fans and the support of Thunderbird Nation. Look, the Thunderbird Foundation, the Thunderbird Athletic Foundation is the fundraising arm of the SU Athletic Department. The primary goal of the TAF is to enhance the lives of student athletes by providing them resources to become elite in competition, in the classroom, and in the community. Click the Donate tab at SUUTbirds.com to learn more about how you can support SUU athletics. If you're a football fan, would like to donate specifically to the football program, scan the QR code on the screen. Come join the Touchdown Club, and your donations will go towards the football program. And we thank all the supporters for your continued and ongoing support. This isn't possible. It's not even fun to do without the community, without the staff and the faculty of SUU, the students. It's really why we do this. We like to put on a big show. We like to play the game. You guys like to play the game you love for the fans and put on for them and your families. So anybody that wants to come out and support what Fitz and Cody Coleman are putting their efforts into, that's the Thunderbird Athletic Foundation. And then also the Touchdown Club.
Everybody out there that cares, go on and donate some money.
Yeah.
We got a great group of young men in this football program. Our assistant coaches are pretty good people. Now the head coach needs to pick it up. But our future, this football program's future is very, very bright.
Appreciate that, Coach. We'll leave it there. For Coach DeLane Fitzgerald, our special VIP, visit Cedar City Bryan Head Student Spotlight, Cody Coleman. I'm Jon Smith signing off. Go T-Birds.
Go Thunderbirds.
Go Thunderbirds.